Oh my god! It's a Twin Blades variant. There's a Maelstrom on the backside. Phantom's picking up more kills, finds Andrew as well as a triple. Oh, look at Tahaka. Finds the Avatar top lane 6. Great Ring of Frost connecting onto 4 members. We might have a comeback for the ages. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Will they be able to escape? ETC does fall. What a counter attack by Regen Red, and he's gonna barely get away with his friggin' teleport ability. Holy shit! That was really spicy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week number 3 of Nexus Gaming Series. We're going to take a stop tonight in the Heroic Division, but first I got to introduce myself. You might know me as Murda. Others of you might know me as... I don't know, but I just go by Murda, so don't call me that other name. I'm joined today by a special guest. You won't see him, you won't hear him, but we'll be enjoying his moves all night. Philindrith on Observer tonight. I'm stoked to have him with me. Huge shout out to him. Thanks a lot, man. But yeah, Heroic Division. 2 teams that have not lost a map yet this season. They both enter 4 map wins, 0 map losses. It's Abusement Park and Revive Esports. Also tied in the standings right now with what some are saying to be the #1 team in NGS, Celeb Gaming. Abusement Park and Revive, they're battling to stay in contention with them. So tonight means a lot because this is the difference between a potential first, second place, or maybe you're falling down to 3rd place in this group of 3 teams at the top of the Heroic Division right now. We're currently in game. However, I have not heard from our teams. I think one of them, Abusement Park, is doing a brawl little warm-up. So we're going to keep an eye on the in-game chat channel for our lobby. But in the meantime, I'm going to put us back on a short delay, and I will update you as information is processed to me. I'll filter it back to you, and hopefully we get this match underway without too much longer of a delay. So I'll be back in just a few, and hope you guys will stay seated and be ready for this match in just a bit. Alright, I'm back with a little update, and the update is I don't have too much for you. Peeking over at our Heroic Division chat where these teams are communicating, looks like Abusement Park has completed their warm-up brawl. They are ready for the picks and bans, and I'm yet to hear back from Revive Esports to see if they have confirmed that they are too ready to start the picks and bans. So we're still in this holding pattern. We're going to wait for just a bit longer. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to throw up yet another timer that you will have to wait through. If they get back to me sooner, I will come back immediately. If not, I'll see you in just another 3 minutes. And just as I promised, if I heard something sooner, I would be back sooner. So we only had a minute on that timer that time. But I'm here now in a lobby with Abusement Park and Revive Esports. They're here. It looks like they're almost ready to go. Heroic Division on a Monday night. Did I say Tuesday night before? I feel like maybe I did say Tuesday night. I'm thinking. Either way, it is Monday. And it is week number 3. I'm ready. Fun Buns from, of course, our team on the right-hand side tonight. Revive Esports says he's ready. And finally, we hear from Abusement Park that they're ready. We're in a draft, and it's going to be Dragonshire, our first map. I didn't hear what our map bans were, so I don't have that information for you. If anyone in chat is here and knows, maybe someone from one of these teams that's on our 1-minute delay hanging out, if you want to throw the map bans in, so the rest of our viewers are apprised to that information, that'd be fantastic. But what we do know, it's Dragonshire, and one of my favorite maps to cast because of how versatile this can be. We have so many opportunities with so many different strategies that can come out here. So I really don't want to speculate too much, but I think top tier right now, it's been Zeratul, Maiev, Diablo, Ana. Those have been really focused from a lot of teams here early in Season 6 of Nexus Gaming Series. Our first ban, however, here I haven't talked much about or seen that much of recently. It's going to be Sergeant Hammer. Maybe a bit of a target ban there. And on the other side, Revive Esports is going to take away the Zeratul. So taking away Zera removes one of those power melee assassins between the Void Prison dropper Zeratul, and of course on the other side it's Maiev, who drops that Warden's Cage. Both really great initiation tools in a team fight. And there you go, Maiev, the next to be banned out, just as I was hoping and suspecting would happen here in the Heroic Division. And our last ban, we see good old Sluggy Slug Abathur taken out of Dragonshire. Won't be an option here for these teams, and quickly coming in, locking in with the arrow shooter Hanzo picked up. On the other side, it's another Shimada. Genji for Revive Esports. They're going to pair it up with a Nubrak. So the brothers Shimada coming out in quick succession. A Nubrak, the tank here for Revive Esports. A tank that's become very popular over the last few weeks, and really since Imperius entered into this meta. Nubrak just has so much opportunity in team fights. The Cocoon, locking down whatever you want, taking whatever you want out of a fight, and such great CC and even disengagement, engagement all around. Nubrak has been very solid. A lot of ability damage has also been part of this meta Nubrak does one of the best out of all the tanks in shutting down that ability damage. So we'll see how the big old beetle can do against this Garrosh and Ana that was just picked up by Abusement Park. Again, another team here that has not lost all season. And I'd suspect that Garrosh has been a part of that formula for at least most of it. This Ana as well. Both heroes have been highly prioritized by a lot of teams. And I'd suspect Abusement Park sticking to the strategy that's gotten them to this point so early in this season. Jaina, the final ban here for Revive. And we're waiting on the last one right now for Abusement Park with just 3 seconds remaining. Maybe wanting to get rid of a support here. It's going to be the Zool, though. Taking away the Zool maybe gets rid of some sort of cheese that they're afraid they might not be able to play too well against. So now Fun Buns, the captain on the right-hand side here for Revive Esports, thinking about what he wants to do. Going to go ahead and grab an Orphea for himself. Still yet to show their off-lane or their support. See what they want to do here with Tempest and Gronman. But 5 seconds remaining for this 4th pick right now. Revive Esports on the clock. They're going to go ahead and lock in their support. It's Tyrande. Tyrande will be the option here. And I'm thrilled because now you have a lot of CC follow-up and maybe potential to go with that Endless Plague. Orphea just throws down and just continues, or Eternal Feast rather. Why do I call it Endless Plague? Eternal Feast. Orphea will just chomp away at every single hero that gets stuck in a CC chain. But maybe needing one more piece to make that truly effective. So we'll find out with their final pick. But right now, final picks for Abusement Park, Dahaka and Thrall. It's going to give them fantastic global and now a lot of frontline, which should really set up this Hanzo really well to stand back and just be an insane poke artist. You got snipers in form of Hanzo, and even Ana can stay back really far and provide those healing darts from a safe distance. So a sturdy front line here for Abusement Park. How does Revive Esports respond? They're going to go ahead and pick up a Rexar. And this is my first Rexar I've gotten to cast since he got his recent change, where, in my opinion, he just became an absolute beast in the solo lane. Now the hero himself, Rexar, will do a lot more damage. His auto attacks hit a lot harder. Misha's were reduced a bit, but she gained back a lot more in the form of her charge. Now does a little bit more damage. So overall, fighting over points, similar to what we're going to see up top on Dragonshire. That shrine, whoever's standing up there against Rexar, they're going to have a hell of a time dealing with it. I'd assume it's going to be this Dahaka, but they're going to need someone like Thrall to show up in support. So eyes right now on Tracer, our captain for Abusement Park, aka Aortic Arch. He'll be playing that Dahaka tonight. A lot of work up against Gronman and this Rexar. But let me know in chat, who do you guys think is going to win? If you're here rooting for Abusement Park, hashtag AP in chat. If you're going to cast your vote for Revive Esports, go ahead and throw out hashtag RE in chat. But for now, let me introduce these teams. And over on the left-hand side, we got Abusement Park. Tremor going to be playing the Hanzo, Mason Blaze on Thrall. We got AIDS on the Garrosh, Rossi on Ana. And up top, playing the Dahaka, it's Tracer. And on the right-hand side, we got Revive Esports. Fats on Genji. JTR going to play the Anubrak. Tempest on Tyrande. Fun Buns playing Orphea. And the last hero here, along with his pet Misha, it's Gronman on Rexar. They are Revive Esports. Alright, so let me go ahead and lock in on our observer here. There we go. Fantastic. As we see action already going at mid, where Misha is going to be the first blood of the game, if you want to count it as such. Already one bear down. And a quick early start for Revive Esports, who are looking to stay exactly where they are in this season, undefeated. But as I stated earlier, on this other side, we got Abusement Park, and they're looking to do the exact same thing in this matchup. Right now, down bottom, it's Fun Buns, taking some damage from Hanzo. Should be safe, as Anubrak and Tyrande showing up in support right now, and should even up this lane. But I like the clear that we're going to see from the Orphea just a bit better, at least until level 4, when Hanzo can pick up some sort of way to deal with these waves. Early in the game, Hanzo not really very effective in any sort of being any sort of wave clear specialist. So eyes right now on Revive and see if they can take advantage of this early game and some of these talents that they have right now over their opponents. For now, though, it's going to be siege camps on both sides. Fats has his scouted, but Tremor with that Sonic Arrow also will reveal the Genji. Let's go ahead and be a fair trade on each side. Both teams going to grab their own siege camps. We'll push down bot lane at just about the same moment. The same moment we also see the shrines activating, and up top it's Misha already on the top in control of the red team. AIDS playing that Garage going to stand down bottom. It will be in control of the blue squad, so Abusement Park going to hold this bottom lane as long as they can. Because, in my estimation, they're going to have a very tough time up top with that Dahaka against the Rexar. So, we'll see right now if they can pick up this kill on the Anubrak, but not nearly enough follow-up. Still waiting for some talents to come in. There we go. Hanzo, see what he wants to go at level 4. Is it Explosive Arrow? Yes, it will be for Hanzo, so that's going to be his choice here. 8's taking some damage from Orphea, who's in chase. Fun Bunch trying to just tick away. But this bottom lane, I think, will certainly be favoring long-term Abusement Park. But until you see a kill like that, what a great engagement from JTR with that burrow charge. That's going to be their first full kill of the game. And it's going to be a dead Hanzo. So no damage in this bottom lane for a while. And that's going to mean both of these shrines should be in control of Revive Esports, with Genji standing at mid. Thrall so low and won't be able to contest because Orphea and Tyrande show up in the nick of time. First Dragonite taken before the 3-minute mark by Revive Esports, looking to get down some of these structures at mid. We got a wave pushing in. Down bot, they're a little split. They got the Sanubrak, they got the Tyrande and the Orphea down bottom, just leaving the DK mid. And how well the Rexar has been doing up top. They should be able to get value in multiple lanes here. 47% on that Dragonite, still hanging out at mid, and the siege damage down bottom not really too spectacular at all. So the only siege damage we're really going to see out of Revive there is what happened at mid. The DK now sitting at 25% health, 20 seconds left. Only Thrall here in defense, but I don't know how much more it's going to get. Maybe a few whacks in on that mid fort. But certainly, I don't think they're going to be able to finish it off here. The well will go down. But that should put them pretty close here to level 7. It should have a slight advantage for at least a few moments. We'll see if a fight can break out down bottom in this meantime. No, it's just actually going to be JTR disengaging with the burrow charge, getting out of there. So the talent here won't be of use right now for Revive. And we're going to reset. Still looking for Abusement Park to get on the board with their first kill of the game. They're staying strong in this bottom lane. Gonna see if they can find anyone. Right now it's AIDS with the Garage flipping over a Nubrak. Burrow charge in. Fats from the bush trying to find Tremor, and just like that, Hanzo down again. And if I'm keeping count, actually, hold on, I just hit the completely wrong hotkey on my computer. But if I'm keeping count, we have a total of 2 deaths from Hanzo right now. The final death was on the other side. That was Misha who fell for just a quarter death in our Rexar column there. But so far, it's Fun Buns on the board with 2 of our kills. And Orphea looking like could be a pretty smart pick, a hero we're seeing more and more of. And I'd imagine that's not going to change anytime soon, because as players are getting comfortable on the hero, a hero that's required such a high skill cap to begin with, and now since she's been out for, what, like 4, almost 5 months, Orphea becoming a staple in almost any roster here in Heroes of the Storm. So far so good, and what a great toss over the wall that was from Garage. But burrow charge means a Nubrak is safe yet again, and you see why this hero is being chosen more and more in competitive play for reasons just like that. A Nubrak, so versatile in engagement and disengagement, so hard to kill, so hard to focus down. And we're not even at level 10 yet, where we're going to see that Cocoon become one of the biggest tools JTR is going to be looking to use here on Dragonshire. And there are level 10s being picked up right now for Revive Esports. You're going to have about half a level to work with here over their opponents. And up top, it's Gronman still working up against this Dahaka. It's Misha, though, taking a lot of damage there. Crushing Jaws, connecting on Garage, pops Indomitable. Follow-up stun from Tyrande didn't hit, but it doesn't matter. They get the kill. Garrosh is down. Next in line could be Rossi playing Ana. Swift strike in from Genji, looking to finish it off with that impale. And JTR and crew are going to continue to push forward bottom lane after that double kill. Now 4 kills in the game for them. And ever since Misha fell right at the start, it's been all Revive Esports looking for more now on Hanzo. Tremor in trouble. 100 health and barely gets away. Natural agility OP, baby. Misha in trouble up top. Dahaka gonna go ahead and grab the bear. Looking to get some healing from Rexar and actually just will run away. There's the heal. Misha might try to get back in there, but surprisingly so. Now Dahaka turning this right around. Opted for the isolation at level 10. So we'll see where that can be of use. Probably in one of these engagements down bottom. Once we can finally see a brush stock come out. I haven't seen one come out all game yet. So eyes right now on Tracer. Seeing if he wants to get down here and take a fight in control over bottom. But still has to work over top because, again, you see Rexar moving back on the point with Misha. And it's been in control of Revive Esports all game. What a great Warlord's challenge. JTR in big trouble. Not going to be able to heal. Oh, will he? Wow. A little bit of damage, all you needed. I think that was Thrall coming through with the Ancestral Wrath. I think just that little bit of poison damage was enough to get the job done. So that's their first full kill of the game for Abusement Park. And now Tracer in trouble up top, popping Essence to survive, missing a drag. And that's Fats who came up here playing Genji, trying to help support Rexar. Really needed to, and they're going to find a kill because of it. Misha down. Mason Blaze made the rotation to help up there, so great job by Abusement Park responding to the pressure that Genji was providing. And now they have control down bottom and are looking like they might be able to regain control up top after that Bruiser camp goes down. Still keeping an eye on it. Dahaka with the clear. He's got Dark Swarm. Down bottom, it's Cocoon. Ana in trouble. Looking for the Impale's going to be a Nubrak. See if he can get it. Yes, and the follow-up is there. Crushing Jaws after that Lunar Flare. Finishing off Ana. And now AIDS, the next to be in trouble. Garrosh, I don't know if he gets out. Even if he's going to take one of those tower shots. Genji, see ya. Fats finishes it off. 6 kills now for Revive Esports. Up top, still looking to gain control of top. Misha in trouble because Thrall's here. Rexar himself has to be careful because damage in his face too. And once again, Ancestral Wrath. Mason Blaze picking off yet another warrior. And Thrall looking like a pretty smart pick right now into this Nubarak and Rexar combination from Revive Esports. So bottom finally looking like Revive able to do what they've been wanting to do down here, but have been struggling to do. But without Rexar up top, our blue team will control that top shrine for the time being. So what ended up being a very quick first objective, we saw it captured before even 3 minutes had expired. Now we're sitting almost at 10 minutes before our second objective. So a little bit longer this time. And now looking for another kill. Garrosh stepping in with Thrall. But a Nubrak going to be safe. Kiting back to the wall where Tyrande awaits. Bruiser camp going to be cleared up quickly, it appears. And back at mid, we see Misha and Rexar now looking for Dahaka and might be able to find it because Fats is here too playing Genji. There's going to be the charge, slowing Dahaka down. Tracer being body blocked, but Dark Swarm means he can walk right through the bear, but the damage staying here. Essence, it's not a lot of essence left, so Genji moving and finishing off the dinosaur. Dahaka down. 7 kills now for Revive, who sit only 1 level away from their level 16 talents. Garrosh looking to toss a Nubrak out of here, but JTR says, no, I want this fight right now. Has Cocoon, throws it out on Ana. There's a Dragon's Arrow in response, and what a turnaround by Abusement Park. Looking for more. Find Tyrande. It's a double kill. Genji's here trying to finish off Mason Blaze, but plenty of healing coming out right now. Ana saving the day with that grenade, pushing back JTR and Fats behind the wall. And that double kill is the first real solid play we've seen all game by Abusement Park, but you hate to see that. Fats throwing out the B-steps as well as Hanzo's gonna fall for the 3rd time in the game. Both shrines in control of Abusement Park, but with Hanzo down, it's gonna be very tough for them to make a move over to that middle area where the dragon waits to be captured. Full strength now for Revive and level 16 talents. But look at this. Genji getting caught out, put to sleep, and taunted. Quick kill, a quick burst down. And Mason Blaze continuing to add to his kill count, now sitting at 3.25. And a little unlucky call out there by Genji, who found himself a little bit too far out in mid. But even down a player right now, they are up a talent tier and are in control of both of the shrines currently. Misha up top trying to remain in control of that top shrine. Down bottom, still no one from Abusement Park trying to capture that. So we'll see where this rotation is going to start. For now, it looks like Hanzo maybe? Oh, there goes Garrosh and Ana as well, heading towards that bottom lane. A big wave there as well, which is really providing a lot of vision at a minimum for Revive Esports. You should have full knowledge of where they're moving Garrosh down to this point, but they're waiting in the triangle with the Nubrak Tyrande, being patient. So we'll see if that pays off, but it's going to be scouted there by Hanzo. See if they can get in here and invade the siege camp. No, they're not going to take it. Here comes AIDS after this Dragon's Arrow. Finds a Nubrak. There's a stun and a quick kill on JTR. Tracer showing up with the brush dog. Big dragon. Tyrande's down as well. A double kill yet again. Now back to back for Abusement Park. And we'll see if they can abuse this map mechanic now and get to Haka back up there and finally get an objective for themselves. But if Fats is going to have anything to say about it, the answer is a no. We're going to take bottom. You can have top all you want, but there's two shrines to get here. Quick kill again from Mason Blaze with Ancestral Wrath. Thrall has been killer. And that's really all they need to get these tanks down. You've seen it time after time. And a staggered death now with Rexar out for 40 more seconds. Abusement Park tie up the score 8 apiece. XP is deadlocked at 17.5. And now with an invade on this siege camp, might get even more. Fun Bun's in trouble. Throws out Crushing Jaws just to keep himself alive. A fantastic way to get out of there, but burns down a long cooldown. I think that's 70 seconds if I'm correct. And that should be all they need to grab their first Dragon out of the game. Abusement Park on the board with an objective. Now looking to get some structures to tie along with it. They're going to start at mid, getting some towers down, sending Hanzo and Thrall along with Ana to the bottom. It's Garrosh, the one inside this Dragon Knight. He's going to remain at mid, whacking it down, and should be able to complete it. Thrall's going to show up in support. And I just want to see what this rotation is going to be. I'd assume down to the bottom, but we'll see if Revive has anything to say about it. Right now, it's Genji getting put to sleep and grenaded. Follow-up kick by the Dragon Knight. Not enough to finish off the Cyber Ninja. But there's still 38 seconds and 56% health on the DK. So Abusement Park, they're ready to go and possibly find another structure, even up the score at 2 apiece. They got a lot of damage in this DK and still 25 seconds left to go. They should be able to get this down. But we'll see if Revive has anything to say after Garrosh knocks out. And there it is. Taunt's going to come out quickly onto a Nubrak. A lot of damage as well. Crushing Jaws just off cooldown. Going to keep JTR alive, but the silence is there. Coming in from the Dahaka who came from the bush, but everyone from Revive getting out with their lives. No kills there from Abusement Park, who looked really strong at the start of the fight. Weren't able to put it together after using all their cooldowns. The only thing left is Boars from Rexar, but he's just going to double soak mid because Revive right now finding themselves in a situation where they're down slightly in XP and want to make sure they reach 20 at about the same time as their opponents. Because they can't afford to lose a Dragon Knight post 20. So keep an eye on these rotations coming out from Rexar and Genji trying to stay safe together. And right now they're in that top lane. And the only other thing we see on this map are a couple camps on the side of Abusement Park. Right now it's Garrosh getting scouted along, I believe that was the Hanzo with him, on the siege camp. The rest of the squad from Abusement Park, they're on the Bruiser camp right above. Gonna try to push both these camps out simultaneously and see if they can get some split pressure, but possibly here comes Revive. Fat's nearby, not gonna go ahead and Swift Strike in, instead gonna head towards mid. So with both camps on the map right now, we'll see which lane they want to prioritize. Pearson gonna keep 4 at mid though, so maybe not getting too much value anywhere.
The shrines awaken once more.
Bottom lane siege camp was just cleared up by the combo of Orphea Genji. Shrines are just being announced. 20 seconds until we see possibly our final objective of the game. Both teams are going to be level 20 as we see level 20s finally locked in. Right now for Revive, it's going to be the rewind for a Nubrak and playmaking time indeed. Upgrade to the D-Blade for Genji. It's Contagion for Dahaka, so could be a lot of spilling of abilities. If he can find a big clumped up group, we'll see if Garrosh can have anything to say about it with a toss and taunt. But Tracer's been doing a good job every time he's shown up on Dahaka. He's going to have to continue, but right now it's up top with the Bruiser Camp. They're trying to get their third structure of the game, and they're going to do just that with all 5 members. But a great response is coming out on the opposite side of the map from Revive Esports. A quick snap call. They're going to go ahead and run onto this bottom keep wall, and they should be able to get the structures, the turrets down, the wall as well. We'll see if the disengage is clean, but showing up, here we go, Abusement Park looking to keep him steady right here. No Sunder, it's Earthquake, so Thrall not really going to be able to do much with this, except possibly find a kill on Misha, and yes, that will be. So a minor power play right now with Rexar without half of his body. Should mean that Abusement Park can move on to this bottom shrine easily. They already have control at top with the Haka. And Aids is going to stand on bottom with, got Orphea running his face though, maybe in a tough spot. A little bit out of range of Ana as well. Going to pop Indomitable on a burrow charge that would have missed anyway. There's Misha respawning from Rexar's death pit. As the taunt comes out, Aids takes a lot of damage. The Cocoon came on Dahaka, who's now spinning to win. Also pulling back Genji, who's deleted. Didn't get nearly any value out of that D-Blade. And looking for more now is Abusement Park. Misha's gonna fall. JTR now low and in chase, continuing to look for kills on Abusement Park. It's Tyrande in their sights. Can they get it? The slow applied by Garrosh. Now looking to keep Tempest there. And they do. The grenades enough to finish off a Nubrak as well. A triple kill so far. Still looking for more. It's Fun Buns trying to get away on his Orphea. Can Garrosh catch up with Orphea? Fun Buns kiting back with these Qs, and I don't know if Garrosh gets there. They might just go ahead and say leave her. Let's go ahead and push on this bottom lane. We don't have time to deal with Fun Buns, and Fun Buns says, I'm not letting you leave. I'm staying here. Still trying to finish off Fades. But DK has been captured. And Abusement Park's now looking to put the finishing touches on a couple of these keeps. Still 30 seconds for Tyrande, 30 seconds for a Nubrak. That's support and tank down right now for the undefeated Revive Esports, who just lost yet another hero. Misha's down. Gronman running around like a lost chicken without his bear. It's Fun Buns. That's going to be a huge Dragon Arrow, and now another triple kill. Abusement Park looking to finish off up against the Division S squad of Revive Esports. Can they do it now? 70% remaining on this core. They're looking to get the job done. DK still healthy. And ladies and gentlemen, game number 1 will be handed over to Abusement Park. Okay, so I told you, you come here tonight, you're going to see some top tier NGS action. That map did not disappoint one bit. Revive, who led handedly through the early and early mid game, and then that later half of the mid game into the very late game, it was all Abusement Park, who came out swinging, getting I think it was 8-3 at one point, so 10-1 in kills to close out the game. An outstanding finish for them. I'm going to throw up the talents as well if you want to take a look before we head to our break. But yeah, what a great game. Still more to come from this set. We're going to be back with game 2 in just a minute. But if the rest of the set's anything like Dragonshire was, you're going to be in for a treat. So don't go anywhere. Stay in your seats. We'll be back with game number 2 in just a minute. Alright, ladies and gents, and we are back. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for patiently waiting during our break. I want to say thank you for the follow there. We had Road Dog 666 showing up. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you supporting the stream, supporting NGS, supporting Heroes of the Storm. We have Philindrith here. Yes, we have both teams here. Okay, we're ready to go. We're going into draft number 2. Looks like it's going to be Infernal Shrines here. And it's going to be our red team banning first. So this appears to be the map selection of Abusement Park. So deferring the map pick over is Revive Esports. They wanted first hero pick. And Infernal Shrines, a map that, you know, plays pretty familiar for most teams. But again, a lot of different strategies that can come out. Will that Abathur be a thought here in the top half of the bans? We did see the Zeratul and Maiev getting banned out as well, and really the only wild card in draft number 1 was Abusement Park taking away Sergeant Hammer. Potentially a map we'd see her on again, so will they continue as we get to their first ban after this first one from Revive? But fully expecting to see the Zeratul and Abathur be looked at, and I'm curious to know which team is going to be the one to do it. Will Revive make that decision, or will they leave it up to their opponents? Just 3 seconds remaining. And they're going to go ahead and take away the Garrosh, who was very powerful game number 1. Especially late game and securing a lot of those kills that led to the victory. Maev's still going to be a ban selection here for Abusement Park. That came out pretty quickly, so they seem pretty confident knowing that's who they don't want to deal with. Diablo, big red, taken out by Revive. So now 2 power tanks removed. Possibly forcing an early Anubrak pick out. So I wonder if they want to ban a Nubrak right here. We'll see what Abusement Park's thinking, because it's either they ban a Nubrak or it will be picked, but they still got to worry about the Zeratul and Hammer, who haven't been banned yet, if those are still on their mind. Abathur's still an option as well. They're going to go with the Zeratul. So now we're looking at the Hammer, Abathur, and it's the Abathur. How does Abusement Park want to respond to this? I believe they must have known it was coming. Do they have a game plan to play against it is really the big question. I still think the Anubrak is going to be a key pick in this draft. If it's not here, it likely would be in the 2-3 for Revive. There's the Anubrak. And they're going to pair it with the Genji, taking away the Genji from game number 1 that was played, I believe, by Fats. So Fats is going to get a Tracer instead. And I'm wondering what they want to put with that. Do they want to go ahead and grab Malfurion? Do they want a Tassadar? A few options they can go to help give some shielding and some heals to a Tracer. I think the Malfurion pairs nicely because of the way the Q works. The Restoration providing a lot of distance to pair with that Moonfire and the heals coming in, so Tracer can do her thing. But they're going to go ahead and grab the Johanna, still needing a lot of wave clear. And already having an Abathur, already having the Tracer, they suffer significantly so far, so I think Johanna could be a smart pick here, but they're going to have to pair it with some more damage and really something else to go with it, especially some sort of supporting if they want to make this Tracer some sort of hyper carry. Ban phase number 2 we've entered. No heroes, healers selected as heroes yet. Word fumble. But we are yet to see a ban either. It's going to be Jaina, the final ban for Abusement Park. And waiting to see the last one from Revive, who also don't have a support. Of course, they have Abathur, who can go in some supporting of his own, but not nearly as effective as he used to be. Probably want to pair something with it. So 2 seconds left. Waiting to see this ban, and they're going to go with Jim Ray Ray. This is Jimmy. All right, now Abusement Park, they got to make a decision here if they want to go support, they want to go solo lane. I'd probably say go ahead and grab both right here. Leave that final damage as the question mark. 5 seconds remaining for these picks. I like the Tyrande still an option. Gives them a little extra lockdown with the Anubrak. They're going to go with Brightwing instead for the Polymorph on Tracer, and that's not a bad idea either. Of course, the Leoric, especially post 20 with a Silence Entomb, is more than enough to shut down a Tracer as well. No recall will be available then. So I'm a big fan of that Leoric pickup. And Brightwing, my favorite support in the game to play. So yeah, I'm a fan of that too. Will Rossi go for the Greater Polymorph at level 1 to help with the cooldown reductions? That's a question. The range also can help up against a Tracer. But here we go, final picks. It's a Sylvanas, and as I thought might have been the case, it will be Malfurion for Tempest. But Sylvanas, that's a hero that a lot of people are kind of still not sure. Is it full assassin yet? Is it still cheese specialist? My opinion is Sylvanas is the real deal. I got to play her in a few show matches, had a lot of fun with her, dominant character, and it's gonna have to be against an Orphea. But if they can get a Punisher, or even if they don't get a Punisher, I think Sylvanas has opportunity to use those black arrows to effect here on Infernal Shrines. So it's gonna be up to Fun Buns to make it happen. But you guys gotta decide for me. I can't decide. Do you like Sylvanas or do you like the Genji on the other side? Let me know in chat. Hashtag AP or hashtag RE. Vote for Abusement Park or vote for Revive Esports right now in chat. I'll tally them up, let you know during the broadcast who you guys voted to win map number 2. I think really if I had to guess and how good they look towards the second half of game number 1, I think momentum's going to favor Abusement Park right now. But on the other side, Revive is so strong. They're a really good team. I know they have a new player on this roster in Fats who's trying to assimilate with the rest of the team, but we'll see if they can put it together here in game number 2 as we enter Infernal Shrines. And over on the left-hand side, we got Abusement Park. It's Mason Blaze on Genji, Tremor on Orphea, Aide's going to be playing the Anubrak, Rossi on Brightwing, and up top on the Leoric, it's Tracer. Ladies and gentlemen, they are Abusement Park. And over on the right-hand side in red, we got Tempest on Malfurion. Fat's going to be playing the Tracer. JTR on Johanna. Fun Buns playing the... What hero is that? I don't even know this skin. I guess that's Sylvanas. Yeah, that's Sylvanas. Okay. And Grodman on the Slug. They are Revive Esports. And we're in a pause, so I'm going to go ahead and throw us over to the webcam scene for just a moment. Yeah, I didn't recognize the Sylvanas skin. I wasn't quite sure. I was like, wait a minute, what is that? I'm sure I've seen it before, but not too often. So about 100% sure what the pause is all about. We're set to spectator right now. So does that mean we should see their chats? I don't know. I can't type to them, so that's what I do now. We're gonna hang out and patiently wait. Oh, I see ours coming in from Abusement Park. Waiting to hear back from Revive, and there is already. So I'll go ahead and bring us back over to the game as we count in. Here's our level 1 action. Talents up on your screen. Still waiting to see. Oh, there we go. Abathur is going to go ahead and grab Envenomed Nest. So that could actually do a lot of work, especially shutting off rotation lanes and helping reveal some of these bushes. As you see, some of those toxic nests are going around near the mid lane in those vents. As Abathur waits behind that mid wall, throwing out some of his choo-choo trains. The rest of his team's going to rotate down bot, and surprisingly, so it looks like it's going to be Tracer up top dealing with Leoric. Maybe that's a really good matchup for them, actually, if I think about it, because how are you going to connect a Spectral Leech on a Tracer? A really thin, tiny body, a very nimble body, can just flash around, recall around even if you do get hit. So I kind of like this, and I'm hoping Abusement Park has some way to respond to help Leoric out, because Tracer's gonna do a lot of work up against Leoric, who's being played by a player named Tracer. So technically it's Tracer versus Tracer in the top lane, but I'll go ahead and use hero names just to make sure everyone knows who I'm talking about in this game. So from here on out in game 2, if you hear me say Tracer, I'm talking about the hero Tracer, not our player from Abusement Park named Tracer. Bottom lane action though, and after a couple camps are taken, they're going to be pushing mid. It's going to be 3-3 in terms of heroes down on the bottom, and it's going to be Genji versus Tracer at mid. Tracer finally leaving up top, just leaving the duties to Abathur, which I guess over time they'd have to do eventually because they can't keep up a 3-man rotation up against a 4-man rotation. And this recall might not be enough. Oh yeah, it will. It certainly will. Get some healing from Abathur as well. Bottom lane is going to take a bit. Level 4s are being picked up for both teams, and Orphea is going to be able to do a bit more because at level 4 going to go ahead and pick up this Fright and should prevent anyone from stepping up into her face a bit more. And if they do, it just means that they can stay right in chase with the Anubarak stun. So keep an eye out for that. But right now, it's Anubarak trying to hold the bush and not doing too great of a job. He's going to have to back it out as aids. Up top, Leoric, 38 health. Gets a phase shift from Brightwing. Rossi going to keep Tracer, or excuse me, Leoric alive. I'm not going to call him Tracer. And we are just 15 seconds away from our first shrine activating. It's going to be Genji, Brightwing, working on a Bruiser camp. Going to time that out perfectly with this first objective. Leoric's going to come and help assist. And down bottom, it's going to be another camp. So a lot of macro pressure here for Abusement Park, getting the advantage over their opponents. But they're going to be a little bit later to the show. They're going to have to make a mad dash from bottom with Orphea and Anubarak, or maybe they just concede. And though I can't really tell. No, now they are going to come. They're going to go ahead and move on up here. I'm going to drop the talents off our screen for just a second so you can see all this action break loose. Anubarak looking for the stun, but Iron Skin means Johanna's going to stay safe. Tracer taking a lot of damage, but Fat's able to barely blink out of there. Still in chases aids, looking for Malfurion, but the turnaround strong from Revive, and Abusement Park's going to have to start backing away and getting some supporting from Brightwing, and that slow heals ticking in from Rossi, at least until level 10, when Brightwing can possibly spec into a blink heal, as you see the Toxic Nest taking away half a health bar of the Dragon Fairy. Here comes Tracer again, missing Pulse Bomb. Leoric's going to survive, but with all those ammos coming out from the pew-pews, Tracer's going to finish the kill, but the turnaround means Tracer will fall herself. Punisher, though, picked up for Revive. The first objective of the game is going to go over to our red team. Pushing mid lane will be a Frozen Punisher. Up top, still have a Bruiser camp pushing Leoric, just respawning. Down bottom, still a Khazra camp. That's been going for the past couple minutes, but has yet to get through any of those towers. So by the end of this objective, it will end up being a favor for Revive Esports to get through a wall at mid. And I guess actually up top, a wall did go down with that Bruiser camp, but still 2 turrets remain. So it is going to be a very slight XP lead right now for Revive Esports at level 7. I've yet to show you those talents, so here they are on your screen right now. It will be Subdue from Johanna. And if she can complete that quest, would be fantastic. Especially for someone like a Sylvanas who can stay in chase, a Tracer who can stay in chase. And Sylvanas picking up Festering Wounds. So it's do a lot more damage. This is really that shotgun build that's become so prevalent for Sylvanas. And if they can throw it on a hero like an Orphea who's been locked down, that's going to be a pretty quick kill. But they're looking for a Anubarak right now and won't be able to find it, as that Burrow Charge will make sure AIDS gets behind the wall back to safety and Hearthing back to base for full health and mana. Rotations continue up to mid from Revive, trying to keep the push in their favor here, which it's been throughout most of the game. Even against these Khazra camps that have been coming out from Abusement Park, they still seem to have a little bit more advantage and confidence in the rotations. Here you see them rotating through their enemy's path, finding a Genji, but Swift Strike means that Mason Blaze will be okay. But the confidence in rotations really means a lot, and allows them to just walk right on in wherever they please. You see Johanna holding the front vent on this camp down in the bottom lane, and no one's going to be able to get in here. It's just Orphea nearby. Now Genji showing up. Will hop on, but just a little late is Mason Blaze, and I don't think we'll be able to find any kills either. So it looks like they're able to clear up that camp with ease, but it's Orphea doing most of the work in the wave, and Tremor able to do the work all by himself at this point. You see at level 7 grabbing that Mind Devourer, which is helping a lot with the wave clear. Level 10s now for Abusement Park in just a moment for Revive. There we go. Both teams locking in. Singularity spikes the option from Tracer, which should help a lot more in finishing off one of these tanks, especially Leoric, who doesn't have a really great way of avoiding it. Nubrak has a bit of shielding that he can provide himself, but Tracer's going to be looking to finish off anyone he can, or anyone she can, with that Pulse Bomb. Right now, it is sitting on a full charge, so we'll see if Fats can find anything. Might see this Orphea, and indeed does. Tremor's not getting out of this. Not with that phase shift either. Brightwing won't be able to be here. 10-second mini cooldown on the Z for her. And that's going to be the second kill of the game for Revive Esports. One for Tracer, one for Abathur. And on the other side, it's just the one for a Nubrak. Only 3 kills, almost 8 minutes through here on Infernal Shrines. And it appears to be another concede of an objective from Abusement Park, as they're just in this bottom lane pushing with beetles from a Nubrak. They'll get down one of the turrets, but the burrow charge set a Nubrak on the opposite side of the wall and had to get one of those side walls down first. Should be able to get away, but let's keep an eye on the skeletal defender count. It's at 23 right now 24. And with no response coming out from Abusement Park, this will push the top lane. And remember, they do have fun buns on Sylvanas. Can they take advantage of it this time, or will it be another pretty simple clear as we saw during the first objective at mid? Gonna hold at 36 for now. We'll see if they want to press the advantage and maybe get out a Bruiser Camp to pair with this. No, they're gonna go ahead and grab it. A couple globes to go with, so everyone's gonna sit full mana here on the top. They're gonna push in. Black Arrows coming out early on the wall, negating all the damage from the turrets, and that's gonna help a lot because that's extra shots that come out of those. And now with Punisher on the fort, and no defense here from Abusement Park, they should be able to walk right on in here. And still no level 13s for either team, as John Cena's going to jump all over Leoric. He's going to have to back out, but they've kited it to a spot where they can get a lot of pretty safe damage put forth on it, but not before the fort's down. Now pushing forward, Fats on Tracer, looking to get all the damage on top of Orphea. Here it comes, Pulse Bomb connected, but Tremor will survive. Orphea still standing, and we'll be able to be here in defense with the... Is this Crushing Jaws? I can't tell the pictures yet. It's the Eternal Feast. But they need the lockdown if they're going to try to do this, and it's going to have to be in form of the Entomb. So keep an eye on Leoric here, maybe looking for the Wraithwalk and Entomb combo. Won't be able to get there in time, but they do bait out a clone, and that's pretty big. Because without that, now they can think to play aggressive. And it appears as though they're mounting up and walking straight forward. Might be just the case. 13's almost here for both sides. I'm going to throw talents up on your screen. There we go. First to action will be Revive, and it's going to be a bit more wave clear with Ricochet for Tracer, which will certainly help, especially inside the shrines on those skeletal defenders. Fats will be able to do a bit more damage there as they're picking up a siege camp on the right-hand side of the map. Now, with it scouted, JTR's here and pushing forward. Tracer once again, Pulse Bomb connecting, and this time it's enough to finish off Orphea, and will be a successful camp steal as well as they invade this Khazra camp on the side of Abusement Park. They're starting to give themselves a little lead here, and similar spot they found themselves in game 1. Will they be able to keep it up here in game number 2? They're going to push it mid with Black Arrows and a couple of Khazra camps. And this will go down quickly. And with 2 seconds until Orphea respawns, they can stay here for just a little bit longer. Up top, it's Leoric pushing, getting through a well. Maybe some of that fort. I doubt he can get through the whole thing without another minion wave. And as that goes on, Revive, they're still pushing mid. They got 6 goats here. And finally showing up is Orphea. But they're not worried now because the Nubrak misses a burrow charge. Didn't throw out a cocoon. And they're able to just walk right on out. And possibly grab another camp down bottom. This whole time, though, it's been Leoric still pushing the top lane, but not able to do nearly as much as he would hope. That structure is still standing. Iron Skin's going to keep Johanna safe, backing all the way up to her team. Sylvanas appears to be grabbing a camp down bot. No one in response yet, but here comes Orphea. A Nubrak Bro charging in, making sure no one's going to finish it off, and it will be successfully spooked away there. Oh, wow. Wow. Leoric down. Great job by Fats. Blinking forward, finishing off that last shot. Looked like Leo might have been able to scoot out, but just a little bit too late. And I believe that's now number 3. Yeah, 3 on the board for Tracer. Fats so far with the most kills in the game. And really is the difference in the XP we see on the board. Just half level the difference between Revive and Abusement, with Revive having that slight lead heading into objective number 3. And remember, they won the first 2. And this third one being at mid means it will be pushing onto a keep if it can go over to Revive. So I'm hoping we see a bit more defense instead of a complete giving up, as we've seen out of Abusement Park on the last 2 objectives. But so far, they're already late. 3, now 4, 5 skeletal defenders already picked up by Revive, as we see AIDS starting to move forward on the Nubrak, looking for anything you can see. Finds Johanna, but not nearly the target he would want. Even going to waste an Impale, as the rest of his team still doing cleanup duty. They need level 16 before they can get in here. And with that, it's going to be already 25 skeletal defenders for Revive Esports, and will make it a lot harder to move in, as they're finally at level 16, locking in talents as quickly as they can. A Nubrak moving forward. So far, all they find is Johanna, who pops Iron Skin and gets that little bit of speed, just all you need to get on out of there. And they should be able to get right back in here. They still have this Blessed Shield. We'll see if JTR wants to pop it right now. Waiting, still holding it, is Johanna, popping Iron Skin first as they kill Leoric. The Entomb comes out, and Genji could be in trouble. Mason Blaze staying in as he's blinded. Big silence from Tempest, but still not able to finish anything off. It's just Gronman playing Abathur clone with the Tracer. I don't think they finish a noob off, as the Polymorph comes out. Fat's trying to finish off anyone he can, but no Pulse Bomb means a Nubrak and Brightwing will be able to get all the way behind the wall, but they got to do it up against another Punisher. This one, an Arcane Punisher, the 3rd of the game for Revive, looking to pick up the first keep of the game. Brightwing blinking around, only 100 health left, will be able to kite it all the way back with Blink Heal. One of the most effective mobility tools in this game when used properly. And right there, Rossi doing enough to keep themselves alive, but not enough to keep the keep alive. The first keep of the game down. And that's all Revive is really looking for, as the disengage is already starting. They're going to go ahead and grab more camps, just as we did after Objective 2. Up top, there was a camp pushing that whole time, but Gronman was able to clear it up. But there we go, another camp taken away, and it's a full level lead right now for Revive, who are sinking the bush and might find Leo. Yeah, there's Leo taking about 25% of his health bar, dropping the Entomb, but only locking in his own Nubrak. But there's Cocoon, and that'll lock in Tracer as they finish off Malfurion. Abusement Park looking to pick up late game, right as they did in game number 1. Now a double kill. Make it 3 as Sylvanas is down. Tracer could be next, and she is. The only hero still standing on the map is the Slug, and that's not going to be enough to keep these structures alive. Will they be able to make the rotations over with Orphea, with the Genji, and with the Leoric? Will they be able to get any sort of advantage out of this, or is it too little right now, as the waves at mid push back so far? You see Leoric having to play babysitter there. Down bottom, Genji, not the strongest of siegers himself, and having to rely so much on the Orphea. Instead, they opt to take 2 camps and might not even leave with that mid fort or the spot fort. We'll see if they can do it, but the minion wave being taken care of by the Abathur hat. They might be a little late here, and I don't know. We'll see. Just enough shielding from Abathur means it's still standing for now. Here comes Malfurion. And it will go down. Finally, I should note we do not have a mule from Abathur, so no way to heal these structures as they take damage. But I guess I'll go ahead and say I'm mildly disappointed. After getting all 4 of those kills, only getting 1 fort down bottom, that's all you get out of that? To me, not enough. They do find the XP, which gives them the lead, and should be able to get them level 20s first, but I would have loved to have seen maybe a just quick sprint to the top keep, pick that up. But instead, 1919 Abusement Park versus Revive, and Leoric's going to go down quickly there. Not able to get that phase shift in was Brightwing. And just a moment ago we saw Revive in a bad spot, now in a good spot, pushing forward to invade a bruiser camp. It's Fun Buns locking him in with the black arrows. Fat's going to ricochet out some guns, and that should be the successful invade here from Revive. Shrine activating in just 16 seconds, where we've seen Revive take all 3 to this point on Infernal Shrines. And they have camps pushing, double camps up top. 2 of these bruiser camps. Down bottom, Abathur still dealing with some pressure there. Should be able to clear that up, as the rest of his team inside the pit. All heroics for both our teams are online. Leoric just now respawning, and with level 20s for both teams as well. This is going to be one of the most exciting fights we've had to this point. And if Abusement Park can win, it could be game, as that top keep is exposed. Here comes Leoric. Remember, has that Silence and Tomb, but doesn't connect on anything he wants. Gonna really want that one back. Leoric's down next to go. Should be a new brag. Yep, there it is. The clone looking to finish off Genji, but a great deflect meant a lot of damage went out on Grodman, and that clone will be expired. So it's only going to be a 2 for 0 in favor of Revive. Could have been just a bit more, but instead they're going to have a Punisher looking to find their second keep of the game with it. And 40 seconds until a Nubrax's back up. This could be trouble right now for Abusement Park, as Revive is looking to send us to game number 3 here in this set. It's going to be a Mortar Punisher up top. We got Johanna, Tracer, Malfurion, and Sylvanas already leading the way. See if Sylv wants to throw out these black arrows to get this keep down quickly or not. Still 14 seconds for a Nubarak, and that's going to be a lot of the defense here for Abusement Park. As you see the black arrow starting to come out, John Cena jumping around at mid, being kited away from this keep. So all the damage coming out is just from the minions and the heroes. As it finally goes down, the Punisher's on the core with the Nubarak respawning, throwing out the cocoon on Tracer, looking to dive in and finish off Johanna. There's a Silence and Tomb. It connects on Malfurion, looking to finish Tempest off. They will be able to. Yes, they will. Downs Malfurion. The defense is here. The shielding still on the core, looking for more. All they lost so far is Leo, but Tracer says, no, you're also losing your Nubarak on double kill for Revive Esports, looking to finish off even more, and it's going to be the Dragon Fairy. Brightwing's down as Fat's trying to finish the core off with JTR and Fun Buns. One catapult might be all they need. It's just Orphea in defense, and ladies and gentlemen, that will be enough. Revive Esports are sending us to a deciding game number 3. All right, here's that match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Very tough goings for Leoric in that top lane. I know we were really stoked on level 20 finally getting there, having the Silence and Tomb, and possibly being able to deal with this Tracer, but once 20 hit, the Entombs did not, and with it the late game fights happened for Revive Esports, who are going to bring us to game number 3. I'm going to throw those talents on your screen so you can take a peek before we go head into our final break of the evening. I want to once again thank all of our viewers for being here. Once again, thank our observer this evening, Philindrith, who's been doing a fantastic job keeping us on top of the action. But with that, we're going to take another short break. Should be just about 3 or 4 minutes before we're back with the conclusion of this set between Abusement Park and Revive Esports. just as promised, we are back as I'm just getting my invitation to our custom lobby. We're going to be heading into our final and deciding game here. Let me just make sure our team's on the right side. Top sides, please. But yeah, our deciding map looks like it's going to be Volskaya Foundry. I'm not quite sure yet who picked this. They're swapping sides still. I want to make sure they set up the draft properly. Draft first side right. Okay, I'm ready. So appears to be the map selection of Abusement Park again, as they picked that map number 2 as well and ended up losing to Revive, who had the first map pick, and they had a bit different draft strategy that time. They banned out the Garrosh Diablo, left the Abathur for him, and the Abathur with the Tracer was pretty effective in these fights. So we'll see if they're going to stick to a similar strategy here in game number 3. Volskaya Foundry draft is kicking off. Let me update my book here. I got to move to another page. As we're heading into game number 3, my book only really supports 2 maps per page. So a second page will be needed for this third map, and here we are in the ban phase. 25 seconds for Abusement Park, who have been banning out the Maiev tonight. Also took away a Sergeant Hammer game 1 and a Zeratul game 2 in the top half. So we'll see if they want to stick to that game plan or change it up a bit. Maybe start thinking about getting rid of some of these power players we saw in game 2, like the Abathur, and that's exactly what they're thinking about. Abathur taken away, and a quick ban now for Maiev from Revive, their first ban of the night on Maiev. So now back over to Abusement Park, who, again, now not having to worry about the Maiev, maybe can get a ban out on a Zeratul, or maybe they want to look at the Sergeant Hammer again. 5 seconds remaining for that decision. I think Zeratul is probably the best pick for them here to ban. Instead, it'll be Garrosh. So taking away a tank, similar to Revive did in game number 1. Or excuse me, game number 2, they had the Garrosh. Banned the Garrosh, excuse me. And now this is actually looking like our game number 1 draft, as Hanzo is going to be the first pick for Abusement Park. Interesting. So yeah, I actually said that they picked the map and then realized that the bans swapped after the fact, and I didn't realize it. So yeah, this is the map pick of Revive. So completely apologize for that. No Maiev, no Zeratul. So they can go Johanna and Ana. Double Ana, dare I say. And Johanna did so well game number 2 inside the shrine. They didn't even really need to worry about team fights there, as their opponents only really showed up one time in defense at one of those mid objectives. Johanna can help a lot here between mid and top in the rotations. Can really make sure that everything's stacked up and easily clearable by her team. But the other side, it's a Nubarak and Malfurion for Abusement Park, taking away a couple of heroes that I've already seen play in this set. A Nubarak currently sitting 0-2 in this matchup, losing game 1 on the side of Revive, losing game 2 on the side of Abusement Park. But it's Abusement Park going back to the Beetle. Is that a costly decision? We'll find out here in game 3. Thrall, the final ban for Revive, as we're sitting now on the clock with the final ban for Abusement Park. Do they want to try to give advantage in a soul lane somewhere, but neither team selecting them yet? Maybe just banning out one of these heroes like the Hammer, which they were worried about, or the Jaina. It will be the Hammer. So Abathur, Garrosh, Hammer are the bans for Abusement Park. It's Maiev, Zeratul, Thrall for Revive Esports. As we're waiting on picks 3 and 4 from Revive, already with their tank and support. 10 seconds on the clock, as they've shown that they like taking their damage in this slot. We'll see. There's your Rel for off lane, and Li Ming for damage. So we are yet to see either of these heroes tonight in bans or picks. But Yrel, Li Ming will be the options, and I love Li Ming, but I like the Hanzo on the other side just a bit better. I think the poke distance, especially on Volskaya, where he can throw the scatter arrows in the point and not have to worry about ever walking in. Li Ming has to be a bit more aggressive than the Hanzo does to get a similar amount of damage in. Here we go, final picks for Abusement Park. It'll be Raynor and it'll be Malthael. And I like the Malthael against Yrel. One of the strongest matchups against the Goat Lord is Malthael. Of course, Last Rites, a few targets that it can finish here, and also prevents any thought of Malthael on the other side that can combo with the Li Ming. So instead, it'll just have to be the classic Cursed Bullet combo with Greymane. That's going to be Fats picking up the woofer there, playing the wolf. But finally, here we are. Finally done with all our drafting tonight. And we see who these heroes will be on the left-hand side. It's Abusement Park. If you want to vote for them to win, hashtag AP. And over on the right-hand side, it's Revive Esports. They just won Game 2 and are looking to continue with this reverse sweep. If you want to vote for them, hashtag RE in chat. I'll take your votes, tally them up, and let you know. But first, I got to say a big welcome to my main man, B-Train. Thanks for showing up here tonight. Chat, get hype indeed, because this is our final map of the evening, and it should be a thriller. Volskaya Foundry is the pick. And here we are in game over on the left-hand side. We got Abusement Park. It's Rossi on Malfurion. Tracer going to be playing Malthael. Mason Blaze on Raynor. AIDS on Anub'arak. And rounding it out on Hanzo, it's Tremor. They are Abusement Park. And over on the right-hand side in red, we got Gronmin on Yrel. JTR playing Johanna once again. Fat switching over to Greymane. Tempest on Ana. And rounding it out on Li Ming is the Captain Fun Buns. Ladies and gentlemen, they are a Division S squad this season. Revive Esports. Level 1 talents on your screen. Grenade build started up by Ana. Mirage for Yrel. Scatter arrows started up by Hanzo, and I think that's the smart play here on Volskaya Foundry. And this is actually going to be the Beetle build started. Legion of Beetles for Anub'arak, which should help negate some stuff being thrown out by Li Ming. We'll see if Beetles can be of any effect, but in this matchup, it's very annoying if you're the Li Ming player having to deal with all those always in your face, just completely blocking your orb damage, blocking your magic missiles as well. A fancy little pick up there by AIDS, and we'll see if it's of any effect as he's impaling forward. Fats is going to jump in with that Dark Flight, but right back out and keeps his health bar. Not a lot of action yet in this one as both teams are on their fortification camps at level 2. Should be able to get turrets almost at the same time. Hanzo going to be a little bit faster than his counterpart on the other side, Greymane. And that's going to be a turret for Abusement Park. On the other side, we see Ana picking up a turret for Revive Esports. Top lane matchup, Anub'arak, Li Ming, not too much going on there yet. Down bottom, the Malthael and Yrel, not too much there as well. So both teams just playing it slow, waiting for the level 4s, probably waiting for control point A until they start doing anything too crazy. Johanna rotating up top, going to help Li Ming out just a bit. You see that Condemn really help stacking everything up. The orbs can actually splash and do the damage necessary for some wave clear. First siege camp of the game. It's being looked at by Abusement Park. We'll see if they want to hold it or capture it. Appears they're going to hold it for now, but is anyone going to stay by, or will someone like a Johanna be able to come and help her team move in and steal that away? But so far it's just going to be pretty standard play coming out from Revive, not walking past that support camp, but keeping eyes on it, making sure their opponents aren't getting it. Now, Revive also going to hold a camp of their own. Both the supports are dropped back on these. Identical play coming out from these two squads. Identical XP as well, as Control Point A is just announced. A lot of action yet to come in this one, and we're going to get our first taste of it here with A active in just 10 seconds. Looking down at chat, we got one vote coming from B-Train, and he's voting for Abusement Park. So, with only the one vote, chat putting their faith in old AP. Can they get it done here on Control Point A? And looking to maybe get on top of Greymane up top, but Fat's able to just barely swipe himself out of that, disengage, and he'll survive. Now back on the point is Johanna pushing forward onto Hanzo, but Tremor not taking much damage at all. He's still standing in, and watch if he can connect some of these scatter arrows, stacking up his level 1 quest. He got a couple on that stroke there. But Tremor is going to have a lot of damage in here once he can get his tank to show up. And AIDS finally here at mid, so close to 7. I'd expect some sort of fight to break out once those levels do lock in. We do have our second pause of the evening. I'm going to flip us back over to our webcam scene. Here I am. Good old Murda, not wearing a hat tonight. No snapback. Did up the do for you. Still rocking the shades though. Y'all know me. Appears to be a microphone issue for Revive. We're going to hang tight, waiting for that to get resolved. Maybe some internet waves, lag waves out there. Hanzo, Anub, Malfurion, Raynor, and Malthiel for Abusement Park. Up against a Johanna, Ana, Yarel, Leeming, Greymane from Revive. And so far, no first blood. 3 minutes and 41 seconds in. Both of our teams are a sliver of XP away from level 7. They've remained very tight throughout this entire matchup. Volskaya Foundry, Control Point A currently active, sitting at 45% to 0 in favor of Revive, where we see them remain in control, Johanna on the point, and until these level 7s lock in, we're not going to see too much action, but with them being so close, it shouldn't take too long for that action to start. So still waiting on a few hot pockets here. And hopefully it's not too long of a delay. I believe this is the first pause for Revive. I believe our Game 2 pause was from Abusement Park. So I'm not going to worry about starting a timer. Leave it up to the captains to decide if there's been any extra delay. But I do have to thank you guys in chat for being patient. You guys are the true MVPs during a break like this. And during this break, I'll go ahead and throw some plugs out there. If you want to follow me, and I suggest you do because I'm going to make announcements when all my games are going live, over on Twitter, @MurdaRG. My handle is actually right here below me on screen right now. Go ahead and follow me there. Also look for me on YouTube. Nightbot has been throwing out a link. Go ahead and click that link. Hit subscribe. It's free. And it really goes a long way helping support the Heroes of the Storm community and NGS in general. Here we go. Back into the action. We're still on Control Point A. And level 7s are here for Abusement Park. You see AIDS walking on the point, ready to say, Johanna, this is ours now. Go ahead and leave, as the channeling will finally start up for Abusement Park, getting their first few percents of this objective phase. 2 camps also available on the map. On the right side, Tempest and Funbun's going to combo for that. Opposite side, though, it'll be 4 heroes from Abusement Park comboing to get their own turret. So should be picked up at about the same time, and I believe that should be 2 apiece. Hanzo has one, Raynor has one for Abusement Park, and it's going to be Ana and Yarel, I believe. Yeah, Yarel has the other one there for Revive. So 2 apiece, and this objective phase pretty heated. 70. It's tied up at 70 right now for these 2 squads as they're moving in. Here comes Revive with turrets in hand. We'll see who wants to drop them first. Front line, Johanna locked in some roots, gonna walk back. Grenade connecting there. Actually, sorry, that was the healing reduction, Touch of Death from Malthael applied onto the Johanna, but not of too much effect as the damage being traded out from our ranged heroes. Fats on the backside. Greymane, the lowest in this fight, but not a lot of dive available without the Anubarak from Abusement Park. So here comes a counter dive, and Yrel looking for the first kill, and they're going to find it on Anub, but countered off quickly. Yrel and Greymane, as well as Johanna, will be a triple kill there for Abusement Park. They find themselves the first Triglav of the game. A huge turn of events at the end of that fight. They lost their Anubarak first, but then got 3 to respond. A triple kill. They get the wall and 2 turrets mid and make the rotation up top. Still 72% health remaining. 45 seconds. The wave already on the wall. Even though that laser missed, they're still going to get value on these turrets. Maybe even a well in this top lane. And here's the defense finally showing up. JTR on Johanna. Going to try what he can do, but the well's down, and that might be all they wanted. Level 10s are here too. And it's going to be Hyperion. We also see the Last Rites Twilight Dream, and that's in trouble at mid. Last Rites locking in. There's the first stack of the game for Malthael. Triglav still 8 seconds, pushing at mid. And with the Beetles here, that should be enough to help the Fort from shooting at any of their own heroes. Cocoon down, but it's Johanna. Iron Skin immediately to make sure she doesn't get locked in. But that's first structure of the game down, and after 4 kills, it's in favor of Abusement Park, our game 1 winners, looking to take the set over Revive. They're going to find the first support camp of the game, and that Biotic Emitter will be in control of Anubarak as JTR trying to hold Anub here. Still with Blessed Shield, pops it. Biotic Emitter still in hand, not popped yet. Gets the supporting necessary to stay alive from Rossi. Now the turnaround, but it's Raynor in trouble and will fall. Do they finish Yrel? No! Only 5 health Grommen had, and they turn it into a double kill, maybe 3, as Disintegrate. No, not enough to finish Hanzo off. But 5 health on Yrel. You hate to see it if you're Abusement Park not finishing off that kill. And that means Fats is going to walk in on an enemy camp trying to invade, but needs his team. Here comes the rest of it. Li Ming, Johanna, and Ana all showing up. And that'll be enough for Revive to steal this away. Now, the only turret in control for either squad. It is in control of Revive. But Anub, I believe, still holding on to that Biotic Emitter. Yes, Aid still has that. So 1 item apiece, but will be 2 as this second turret is now picked up by Greymane for Revive. Taking a peek at our XP bar, it's a half-level lead for Abusement Park. That periodic passive XP bonus in favor of them, and really that slight lead is because of that and the 1 kill differential right now. Also the 1 structure that's down at mid with that passive experience, if they can get another one, will help contribute. And at level 16 is when we really start talking business. Hanzo becomes a real threat. Raynor's going to be so much stronger. Even Malthael at that point will give them a lot more options. So a lot of thought going to go into control point B. Whoever wins it, likely to be at 16 first, and that advantage, in my opinion, will win this game. First to 16 is my vote for going ahead and taking Volskaya Foundry and the set. But for now, it's only level 13 picked up for these squads. Talents being picked right now by Revive. Control point B activating in just 15 seconds. Here comes the rotation from our red squad. Malthael still hanging down bottom, looking to get every last advantage that he can find for his squad. But it's going to be way too far for 16. So instead, they're going to start thinking about this fight up top. Hanzo going to lead the way with the Sonic Arrow, revealing a Genji and Yrel, but not necessarily the targets they want quite yet. Ana playing safe all the way back. That's Tempest playing the Ana. Going to make sure everyone stays alive. Good positioning there. I really, really like that spot. Mason Blaze in the Hyperion. will also be of note, but for now it's going to be a pause. Back to our caster screen. B-Train throwing out the love, saying I might be the best looking caster, or might not be. So congratulations there, double-sided. Much love to you, man. Appreciate you being here. Looks like another Discord issue for Revive, so we're gonna go ahead and wait this out yet again. Really want to make sure we have a fair and balanced conclusion to this fight, to this match, to this map. So I don't mind the pause as long as it's necessary. Revive, take your time. Abusement Park, you guys are being great sports as always. Appreciate you guys. But I'll continue with the plugs while we're on a break. Next plug, NGS Patreon. Head on over to patreon.com/Heroes Nexus Gaming Series to find the NGS Patreon. If that link is too difficult, head on over to our webpage. At the bottom, we have a few social media links. Follow the one that's shaped like a P. That's your Patreon. And if you're considering supporting NGS or just Heroes of the Storm in general, help support the scene by supporting NGS. Become a patron, and a lot of people will appreciate your efforts there. Looks like our teams are ready. I'm going to switch us back on over to the game, and here we are back in the action. Fight breaking out up top. Johanna holding them in, throws out the blessed shield, and Hanzo down first. That's trouble because the Dragon's Arrow was never able to be used. And now Malfield next to fall, double kill. And remember, it's Li Ming, so resets are coming out. But Rossi and AIDS are able to back up. And unfortunately for AIDS, never able to pop his biotic emitter, still holding it. As we see this next support camp has respawned. And with the double power play, Revive, they're going to jump on in, grabbing their own biotic emitter, still holding Johanna on the point now at 80% channeled. They're going to get their first objective of the game uncontested now by Abusement Park. Respawned is Hanzo and now Malthiel. They're going to send just the Hanzo up top, it appears, for a defense. As the rest of the squad, Anubrak most notably, I'm not sure where he's going to rotate to. Maybe they're making a late decision to defend top. Yeah, that appears to be the case, just leaving Malfield bottom. But this structure, it's already in a lot of trouble. I don't see it surviving much longer, and likely will fall on just a couple more abilities from this Triglav Protector. But AIDS throws out a cocoon, trying to do what he can, but that's not nearly enough. Once again, it was a target on Johanna, not necessarily who you typically want to put in a cocoon. 38 seconds remain, still 2/3 of this health bar. Remaining at mid, looking for any damage it can. Actually, gonna walk down to the bottom, where Yarel's already waiting from Revive. Camp is active. It's being pinged by Revive, you see there. But they want more turrets, and they're gonna find a wall as well. The well goes down too. 14 seconds, 50% health. There's Hyperion trying to push this back, but everyone from Revive walks right through. And that should be enough to secure the second structure of the game for them. They just got top down and bottom from the same objective. Dragon's Arrow is good, locking Johanna in, but Roots do not. And JTR will be able to back up. Great supporting as well from Ana, making sure the chase wasn't on from Anubrak. Still looking for more though at level 16. Both these teams are here, and there's Iron Skin early armor, or excuse me, healing reduction as well. Last rites will finish off the Crusader. Johanna down, 40-second respawn, and now a camp invade is possible for Abusement Park, and that'll be the case. They grab the turret, still holding onto the biotic emitter. They did use a turret to finish Johanna off, but will be well worth it as you see this rotation come to the bottom lane. Will match the structure that fell on their own side. And Johanna still being down 15 seconds. Maybe opportunity to get a keep wall as well. Here comes AIDS, Mason, Blaze, Rossi, and Tracer. Tremor not too far behind. Here comes Greymane in defense. But Johanna's still down for 3 seconds. No tank here. It's just the Yarel on the front line. But Abusement Park got what they wanted. They're going to get on out and grab up more items. Still one fortification camp on the map. Hanzo going to go ahead and get to work on it. The rest of his team showing up. Up top, Malthael has a bruiser camp walking his way. Revive nearby a respawn sentinel camp. And they're going to go ahead and get to work, but here comes Abusement Park. Leading the way is Hanzo with scatter arrows. Now walking into Nubrak just a little bit too late. Still has the cocoon, yet to use it. The Twilight Dream was first, and that's enough to kill off a Li-Ming. Turrets have been dropped. It's Johanna taking a lot of the damage. JTR backside very low. There's Greymane down. JTR could be next. 50 health. Getting some supporting from Ana, and that probably will end up being enough, but Yarel isn't enough for her. Ardent Defender expires, and Gronman will fall. Yarel's down. A triple kill for Abusement Park. Now 8-6 in this game. Up top, the catapults are pushing, but they're going to leave them for now and try to match the pressure on the other side. Potentially getting a keep, while down here is 15 seconds for Li-Ming, still 21 for Greymane and 30 for Yarel. This is a huge power play for Abusement Park. They have the beetles from the Anub, and that's really all they need to keep them standing there as heroes. They get the wall and they decide that's all they want. Still pushing top though is that camp and the catapults. So Malthael and Malfurion, Mouth and Mouth, gonna combo up to clear that away. Someone needs to remind Malfurion he didn't go with the Treant, instead getting Strangling Vine, so those roots don't do any damage on that wave, except waste your mana, unfortunately. But back in the action down bottom, can't be taking Fats on his Greymane, helping out all day on these camps. Funbun's gonna go ahead and grab the turret. Control point C is active, and it's a level lead for Abusement Park. They have a one structure lead, mid fort being the difference maker right now. Appears as though Abusement Park wants level 20, but I'm not convinced they're going to have it in a reasonable amount of time. So might have to take a fight here without it. We'll see if Malthael can double soak mid and top, maybe one more wave. I just don't think they're going to have the time to do it, so yeah, there's the decision. Malthael going to start the rotation down bottom, and now 5v5 will be the play here. And so close to 20 are Abusement Park, but they're going to go ahead and take it anyway with a Nubrak leading the way. Use the Impale, use the Cocoon, and Disintegrate's going to pop Greymane out immediately. So trading out Heroics, Cocoon for Disintegrate will favor Revive. Now pushing forward with JTR, throwing out some orbs and putting damage on Malthael. Tracer's low, very low, pops his cleanse, tries to back up inside the Biotic Emitter. Will get some supporting, but leaping in with that huge Dark Flight is going to be Greymane. Fats finding the double kill and looking for more. Should be able to finish off a Nubrak, but Ana and Greymane will fall on the other side, and it's Raynor doing a lot of the damage. Will fall though, as Funbuns found him for the kill. Ends up being 4, could be 5. Natural Agility says no. Tremor trying to get out, and does. Divine Steed interrupted by a Sonic Arrow. Tremor lives, but it's a Triglav Protector post 20 in favor of Revive Esports. And with 4 heroes down, Abusement Park's gonna have a really hard time. Actually, Malthael going ahead, using No One Can Stop Death to respawn, making sure that someone with some sort of robot damage, that percentage damage Malthael can provide, they desperately need it right now to keep this keep alive, as respawns are now coming from Malthael. 8 seconds for a Nubarak. On the other side, Ana and Greymane just moments away, but this keep at 50% health is looking like it'll be the first keep of the game down, and this one in favor of Revive Esports. It is down, and 50 seconds remain on this robot. In chase is going to be Abusement Park, and they might actually be able to do some work here. This is Li-Ming and the Yarel potentially in big trouble. Cocoon is available too if they need it. They don't need it yet. Last Rites gonna finish Yarel, and look at the scatter arrow finished off Li-Ming as well. A double kill because they got a little bit too greedy were Revive Esports, and now with this two-person power play, Abusement Park looking to get their own keep of the game down. Looks like mid might be the option, or is it top where it's already been worked on? Here they go mid, finding Greymane, roots are there, follow-up stuns by a noob, and Fats is down. 3 heroes down for Revive. Cocoon on top of Ana. They might be able to walk through this too. Ana surrounded by a sea of blue. Tempest can't get out either. It's gonna be 4 heroes now. Revive have lost. Revive, can you keep Johanna alive? Looks like Ironskin should be able to do just that. Aid's gonna keep Mason Blaze still standing, or will they? JTR being a big pest, but will survive. Mason Blaze still standing, keeps gonna fall. 10 seconds for Leeming and Yarel, and here come Abusement Park, looking to put damage on this core. Johanna in defense using Ironskin early, walking in the face of Tremor. Gotta get rid of Hanzo, gotta get rid of Rainer. The Hyperion still a 75-second cooldown until it respawns. The damage turning around. JTR in trouble. Last rights will finish off Johanna. Trying to finish the core now, 80%. It's Malfurion. He's very low, 400 health. Tracer falls first, Malthiel, and that's a long cooldown because he used. No one can stop death earlier. The core is the only thing still here, 8%, and it's done. Abusement Park take the set over Revive Esports 2-1 in an absolute thriller. It doesn't get better than that, ladies and gents. A full hour and 40 minutes to get through 3 games. Those were all extremely long, and I know for a fact these players must have felt it. Abusement Park, a team that played so well in NGS Season 5, continuing their ways in Season 6, now a clear front runner after knocking off the Division S squad, Revive Esports. A classic. I don't know if we're going to get too many matches that hold up to the hype as well as this one did here tonight. I'm going to see if I can get anyone in for an interview because that was just too good to not get to talk to someone from Abusement Park. So let me reach out, see if anyone is going to be available. I'm going to reach out to Aortic Arch first. Interview. We see our GG's coming out in Twitch chat. Want to send another thank you to everyone who stopped in this evening. You guys are fantastic and you make streaming a lot of fun, and I couldn't do it without you. So again, big appreciations from myself and NGS in general. We support each other, and I got to give the appreciation when the support's on me. So joining me in chat, we got a big crew now. We got our captain, Tracer, showing up, and AIDS, who played a fantastic tank role tonight. Gents, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
So game number 1, you start off the night immediately with a hammer ban, and I'm thinking right away, okay, we're up for some crazy stuff. Target bans happened all night, but was it the drafting and the banning that won this set for you?
I don't know. I don't think quite won it for us. I think there was a few picks that we were concerned about. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I felt like if we go head to head against them with just normal drafts, we had a pretty decent chance of winning. If they pulled out something like Zool or Hammer, game 2 they did Abba, Tracer, Sild, which is a little funky, and then that's the one they won. So we were just kind of trying to prevent them from taking that kind of stuff.
So we got AIDS here and played tank tonight. So I want to talk a bit about the way this tank meta is starting to form, especially in Heroic Division. But we've been seeing a lot more Anubarak. Risky, though, in my opinion. Games 1 and 2, Anubarak, the hero, lost both those games. And you guys go back in Game 3, still feeling confident with the hero. Is this a hero you want in your drafts, or is it just so happened to be what worked tonight?
He's really strong. I play him a lot. I did notice he lost the first 2 and was kind of hesitant, but the team wanted the Anubarak pick, and I'm quite comfortable on him. So the cocoon is still a half-second stun even against a Li Ming. So
absolutely,
the value's still there to isolate a target and force them to put their focus elsewhere.
Yeah, let's talk a bit about that dynamic. You had the Anubarak up against Fun Buns Leeming, and you opted at level 1. You took the Legion of Beetles, trying to give a bit more protection for your team. My opinion, just such a smart little ability to throw in their talent to help your team succeed, because if I'm looking at the stats, Leeming led in hero damage, but only 2 kills for Fun Buns on a hero that usually can go for a lot more.
Yeah, I like the Beetle talents against Leeming and even against Jaina. The blocking of the single target abilities like the Frostbolt, the Orb, and the missiles. It's just super effective. It doesn't seem as flashy as the MR on the W, but the Beetles are just... I know, again, playing against it, it's annoying as shit. So against those heroes, I bust it out all the time.
Let's talk a bit about our mage role right now. We didn't see Jaina picked once tonight. We did see one ban on her, but she didn't seem like much of a priority. Instead, we're starting to see more of Orphea. Is she starting to replace Jaina?
I think it depends a little bit on the comp.
She's pretty strong, and she's also a lot more gank dodgy than Jaina. If Jaina gets caught out, she better have her ice block. Whereas if Orphea gets caught out, there's a lot of jumping around she can do to save
better be hitting
herself.
the
And even in team fights, the repositioning is really strong.
So obviously tonight, your biggest match thus far up against the Division S squad. You know, I've gotten to chat with you a bit, Tracer, about having Division S qualifiers come and gone, and Abusement Park not really being able to participate in them. How does it feel getting to, get a crack at one of these teams, though?
It feels good, actually. It's really funny because AIDS, he did Division S with Fat Div S.
Yeah, I actually casted you there.
Yeah, so he's always been saying could have done Div S whenever we get a win. So it's funny, but yeah, it's good. In the end, it just didn't work with our schedules. We're all in school and jobs and family, and we just decided we couldn't dedicate enough time to it.
Well, viewers, players, casters, everyone are thrilled to see you back here in NGS, and a really great start to the season has you guys positioned really well. Just notably, one match remaining on the schedule that's a huge one, Celeb Gaming. What are your thoughts and kind of where you fit in this division? Are you guys number 1, or do you think you're number 2? What's an honest opinion here?
So, honest opinion, I'll give that because Age is always too optimistic, whereas I'm brutally honest with my team. We're number 2. CTV is just, I think they're really strong. Like, CTV is number 1. That's not changing. 2-3 is us and Revive, and that can go either way, honestly. We won tonight. I don't know how many we win out of 10. I don't know, maybe 6. If we're better, it's not by much. And then from then, it's like, I don't know. It's been crazy, the games and the wins that have been happening. I didn't predict that at all.
Yeah, I've been thrilled getting to cast tonight and watch some of the matches that have taken place over the first couple of weeks. But only a Monday here in week 3, and you guys already have this match completed. What's on the schedule for the rest of the week? Just take it off, hitting the scrim blocks, or anything else going on with Abusement Park outside of NGS?
We haven't had a scrim in like a month. So if anyone's looking to scrim, shout out our captain, who's apparently terrible at organizing them.
Okay. No, well, last time I asked if we wanted to do any scrims, I got 2 meme answers, 1 real answer, and then nobody else responded. So I was okay. But yeah, we'll try and do a couple of scrims coming up here.
Awesome. I know with Div S starting up, some of those squads might be looking. And if you're maybe a Div S team watching right now, and you're looking for a scrim partner from NGS, Abusement Park, top of the list. So make sure you reach out to them. Guys, I'm thrilled for you. This was one of the best sets I've seen so far this season, and huge congratulations. But before we go, I got to give you opportunity for shout-outs and anything extra you got to say.
Well, first of all, thanks. Shout-outs. Shout out to my team. I always give a really strong shout-out to all the casters. You guys make everything feel more exciting. It makes it feel like it means more. Casting is huge. And so thanks to all the casters and everybody that makes everything work. You and I both know, Murda, how much work goes into organizing and running the league. So So a big shout out to everybody.
Awesome. Age, you got anything?
No, I'm all good. Pretty much just echoing what Tracer just said. Thanks again for all the casting.
Awesome. Well, hey, for me personally, my pleasure. On behalf of NGS, everyone's stoked to have you guys here, so keep up the good work. Twitch chat, that's all we have for tonight, but before we go, I gotta tell you where to find me. Over on Twitter, at MurdaRG. Of course, you're on Twitch, MurdaRG. YouTube, same. Search for MurdaRG. You'll find me where every single VOD from this season that I cast will be placed up there, including this one. So keep an eye out. Nightbot has a link in chat right now for you. Special shout out to my observer this evening, Felindrith, the best in the business, was bringing us all the action. Huge props to him. Make sure you check out Stats of the Storm. Make sure you check out Soothsayer. This guy is an absolute beast with developing tools for the community, especially the NGS community and competitive players in general. Felindrith, thank you so much. But yeah, end of the night. We made it here, and it's 2-1 Abusement Park. They take the win. A final huge congratulations to them. As we sign off, I'm going to try to find someone to host, but I don't know who's currently out there. If you guys have anyone you want to recommend, throw your suggestions in chat right now, and maybe I'll be able to send you guys over to their stream. But that's it, guys. Until next time, which is tomorrow, we got a double header right back here. I'll see you guys in the Nexus.